everyone, and thank you for clicking on another one of my videos. I am Screen Scene Guru, coming at you with a full movie review. This is for Thunderbolts. I saw this on May 1st, on opening night. I had a blast. Now that it's been a couple of days, almost a full week now, I am going into spoiler discussions, so watch out guys for that. So without further ado, let's get into the review. I thought this was a fantastic launch for Marvel. Now there has been a movie already that has come out, Captain America Brave New World. I have yet to watch it. It's on streaming now on Disney Plus. I need to catch up. But going into this Thunderbolts movie, I didn't know what to think about the team, given that it was all kind of B and C class villains brought back together again. But this movie gave Guardians vibes, guys, of the first movie. Very similar to a lot of their attempted projects, but this really took off. I had a really good time watching with my family on opening night. So going into a bit of the story, of course, we pick up off where we left off of Yelena from Black Widow. A lot of people were recommending Black Widow to rewatch before this movie. Also, a little bit of Captain America or Sam and Bucky's show, Falcon Winter Soldier. You could also have watched that. But for the most part, people went into this blind, not knowing a lot of these characters, even though they've been introduced over the years. I thought it was really cool to show off. There were two major fight sequences, one in an underground facility in a mountain, which I thought that was really fascinating, given that the government does have secret underground facilities. And then, of course, the next being in New York, in the refurbished Avengers Tower. I loved both of the fight sequences. The action was great for everyone involved. So going into a bit of the casting, we've got, of course, Florence Pugh, who is playing the new Black Widow, Yelena Belova. We've got Lewis Pullman as Sentry, which was a fantastic addition to the cast. We know that previously Steven Yeun was supposed to play this role from Walking Dead, but unfortunately, because the movie was delayed by a year, he had family issues that came up with shooting and he had to walk away from the project. But I really liked Lewis Pullman's interpretation of Bob, Sentry, and the Void, playing three roles in this movie. Like I said in my non-spoiler discussion, if you guys will check that out, I think this movie could potentially get a Best Picture nomination from Marvel. It seems like now they're focused more on winning awards towards their films instead of coming out with content just to come out with it, like Disney Plus was giving us a few years ago. We've also got Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell's son. Really good performance in here as U.S. agent. I really liked Mel, the assistant to, let's see, do they have her on the list? Yeah, Val. So I'm really glad that Mel got a good performance. Valentina DeFontaine, of course. Julia Dreyfus, Louise Dreyfus. Really good performance from her. I thought her role was kind of undersold or underperformed, if you will, because we have been hyping her up for so long. She first showed up in a Black Widow post-credit scene, and then a few Disney Plus shows, and then now to make her the big bad of a Marvel movie, I thought was kind of interesting, given that she didn't have a whole lot to do. There was a kind of interesting fight sequence that she had with one of her guards as they were shooting Sentry, where she kind of jabbed him in the throat and knocked him over, and I kind of thought, why are you fighting your own people? But going on, we've got, of course, let's see, David Harbour as Red Guardian, who's really good. We've also got Olga Cavicchio as Taskmaster, which unfortunately she got taken out early on in the film. Of course, one of them had to die. I think they kind of leaked this in the advertisement for the movie a couple weeks ago. And of course, just her not being in a lot of the scenes. I think they had filmed footage with her, but they decided to take her out. Maybe that was a executive decision, I'm not sure. But we also got, let's see, moving on from there, we've got Ghost, who returned from Ant-Man the Wasp. Hannah John Carmen, starring Ava. So that was really cool to see. She had a lot more to do in this role. This was kind of Yelena's, Black Widow, and Ava's performance in this movie. They got a lot of hero work to do. And then, of course, the supporting cast. We got Riot Russell, Lewis Pullman, got to do some stuff. We got Sebastian Stan as Bucky. I thought they also underused Bucky as well. We were kind of promised in the advertisements, at least, that Bucky was going to be leading the team, and we hardly saw Bucky. Bucky showed up in maybe 2 sequences of Thunderbolts, so I kind of wish we got to see some more of him. Like I said, when we get to see Sentry in the underground facility, where all the assassins are sent to kill each other, basically take each other out, taking out loose ends for Valentina. I thought that was really smart and cool. But of course they all survive, except for Taskmaster. And then of course they end up working together to get up through the elevator shaft. I thought that was cool, like a Die Hard sequence a lot of people are talking about. David Harbour showing up after Bob's powers are revealed, after Bob is confirmed to be Sentry after flying. I thought that sequence was really cool. Likened to Namor, when we first see Namor take flight. We didn't really get to see a lot of him, more of a silhouette of him. And then, of course, Red Guardian's limousine was awesome to see. His make sure to drive in style, never have a lame ride. They take Bob in a crate in a helicopter back to New York to basically work out his issues as Sentry is coming forward. I thought it was interesting how they used Sentry because, or not Sentry, sorry, the Void. Interesting how they used the Void because in the comic books he had to be physically touching you, or like he had tendrils that came out of his body that touched you. In this, they almost seem like the Void is just a cloud that comes out of Bob or Sentry and envelops the entire Manhattan, all of New York City almost. Eventually going on to the world, if not for the Thunderbolts, teaming up with Bob, Sentry to take down the Void. So it was kind of like a mental health film, or crisis medicine kind of introduction of stuff. So that was really cool to see. I see in the IMDb they've also got a couple people like Zemo, Harrison Ford, and Lawrence Fishburne on the casting. They never showed up, so I'm not sure if that was just rumor or speculation, or maybe they had scenes shot that they cut from the film. But yeah, they reference Harrison Ford's Red Hulk by the White House being demolished by a Hulk, but we don't see him. So there's a bit of a tie into Sam being the new Captain America, of course, because at the end they reference the Thunderbolts are revealed to be, that was kind of an inside joke for Yelena, for her old soccer team. So that was cool to see. It's also got Ado Abiri on the cast list. I don't know who she was supposed to play, but she didn't show up in the movie, I don't believe. But we do have Wendell Pierce, who played, I believe, a congressman trying to bust Julia Louis-Dreyfus's Val. I really liked Wendell Pierce from, of course, Jack Ryan TV show. If you guys have checked that out on Prime, there are 3 seasons of that are really good with him in it. And of course, he's going to be our new Perry White in Superman, James Gunn's Superman. So we've got him in 2 comic book films this year. Really awesome to see. But yeah, the post-credit scenes, going into those, I really like the outfits revealed. It kind of was, I didn't notice it in the theater at the time, but now seeing posts on Instagram and online, the outfits look really cool for the new Avengers team. We do see a bit of a debate between Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes. They're fighting, debating on who has control over who picks the Avengers. I thought that was kind of interesting. And then, of course, the second post-credit scene, we got to see, it's 14 months later, how this team is adjusting to be in a new Avengers Tower. And a ship, an interdimensional ship, is arriving on Earth. That is, of course, the new Fantastic Four. So really awesome news, guys. I hope you guys went out to check out Thunderbolts. If not, I hope this video encourages you all to check it out. I had a really good time watching it. But before we end this video, I do have a bit of movie news and television stuff to discuss. So let me grab my notes right here. and go over a few things. So starting off, we've got, I've discussed the new movies coming out this month. The Final Destination 6 coming out May 16th. I'm really excited about. I'm hearing good things. The most violent kind of. Also a lot of stuff going on with Mission Impossible 8, I believe, going up against Lilo and Stitch on May 23rd. That's looking like a Barbenheimer event this year that we're going to be getting. Mission Impossible 8 going up against Lilo and Stitch. Then going on, we've got on May 30th, we've got Karate Kid Legends coming out, which I've heard, unfortunately, not good reviews coming out of people that have seen an early screening. Mixed reviews, some people questioning why this movie is happening. So that's kind of disappointing. But going on, we've got the first Conjuring 4 trailer that was released on the internet, which is very exciting to see from Warner Brothers, given the terrible news we're hearing about Warner Brothers being split apart into two companies. But Conjuring 4, Last Rites, looks like it's going to be a very interesting film. They're time traveling a bit, going into the past. We're seeing a young Ed and Lorraine Warren, potentially what their spin-off series could have been in this Conjuring 4. So very exciting news. Then, of course, we got Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, who came out to announce he's very excited about this current slate of films. He believes that it's going to make before the pandemic earnings, so pre-2019 earnings with this new slate. So that's very good. Disney's coming back from the very tough 4 years that the industry has had. Some of those films he's announced he's already seen is Lilo and Stitch, the live action. He's confirmed that is an excellent film for the families to watch. He's also very excited for people to check out Zootopia 2, so that's very cool. Also, the Fantastic Four live action, so the next Marvel project he has also watched and has confirmed it is delightful. Elio, which is our next Pixar film, and of course Tron Ares, which we're getting in October, and Avatar 3, which we're getting in December. So some awesome, fantastic movie news coming from a CEO, so we got to get, he is trying to sell these things, we got to remember, but the fact that he likes them tells me that they're pretty good. He typically likes a lot of great things. He made an announcement years ago in 2018 before Infinity War came out, discussing he'd watched it and he believed it was the greatest thing Marvel had ever came out with. So, and a lot of people believe that was true. Then we've got, really interesting voice acting news for anyone that's interested in the voice acting realm. We've got the actor who played General Grievous in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, is coming back to voice Herbie, the robot, in Fantastic Four. So that's really cool news. 20th Century Studios controls the Predator franchise, which we've heard a lot of news about. We've got 2 projects coming out this year, guys. We've got the Predator Killer of Killers, which is the new animated anthology film, coming out in June 6th. And then we've got Predator Badlands, the new film, coming out from Noah Hawley, I believe, or Noah Hawley's doing the Alien Earth. We've got Dan Trachtenberg, who's still doing both Killer of Killers in June, and he's doing Predator Badlands in November. Some very exciting news there, guys. Vision Quest, we heard from Jeff Schneider, Hollywood Trade Insider, and Scooper, that Paul Bettany will be the last MCU Marvel actor, a movie actor, in a Disney Plus series. They are attempting to pivot away from having movie stars in their series, which is kind of interesting. We did hear a story just a week or 2 ago about Hawkeye Season 2 being canceled. Now, apparently, the rumor is that they are going to try to continue it with just Haley Steinfeld as the lead instead of bringing back the original Avenger, Jeremy Renner. So that's very interesting. We heard rumors about this years ago, if they try that, but very interesting stuff. And then, of course, before I leave you guys, I've got one last movie news story to break. We do have updates on the new Lord of the Rings project that is coming out from Peter Jackson and the estate of Lord of the Rings, the Middle Earth Enterprises, if you will, are releasing Lord of the Rings Hunt for Gollum, a two-part film. So the first part will be coming out December 17th, 2027, and we'll get part 2 the same date, December 17th, 2028, so a year apart. Interesting that they announced this project so far out. We are 2 or 3 years away from the date release, but I think it's really good that they're in New Zealand shooting this right now, where they shot all the Lord of the Rings films before. They've of course got Peter Jackson back, and I think the gripe of War of the Rohirrim, a lot of people want to put that behind him, even though I really enjoyed the film. I loved it. A lot of people are like, get us back to classic Lord of the Rings live action and tell us stories that are different. This, of course, being a Hunt for Gollum prequel. It's being directed by Andy Serkis, who plays Gollum. So I'm very fascinated to find out what the story is. They had a little inside news blurb that in 2027, it'll be 25 years since Andy Serkis originally played the role in the early 2000s, 2002, 2003. So fascinating. It'll be his 25th anniversary of playing the role of Gollum, this time in the director chair. He has directed things such as Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. He starred in Andor, which I really liked, his prison escape episodes. So I really like him. He, of course, is or was our Alfred for the Robert Pattinson films. I haven't seen a project I don't like him in, besides maybe Peter Jackson's King Kong. A little movie trivia there for you. But thank you for clicking on one of my videos. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Threads, and now on TikTok, at Screen Scene Guru, for future movie updates. So yeah, until next time, guys, I'm signing off. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Alrighty. Bye-bye.